He's lying, everybody. Now, what were you saying before you forget?
Hell no, I forgot already.
You said about Aunt, it was about Aunt Carolyn.
She wants you to send her a text message how to log on. She said, if you want somebody from Georgia, you got to send her how to do it, or the
How to
venues.
So how does she watch the podcast?
I have no idea.
But
Probably
she's
Facebook.
So it's not on Facebook.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
So anyway, send her the links.
Okay, because this is what it's like dealing with old people. So we haven't had a lot of downloads, mostly probably because we haven't done one of these in a couple of months. We've tried to do it remotely, and the last time I was here, we got about 5 minutes in, and the dang thing crashed.
Just quit.
It just quit. So
just like me, it's getting old too.
I know, but you know what? It's very frustrating. But I also was thinking, I wonder if not so much our format, but the 2 Arts out and about, because we don't go out and about that much, that maybe we should try to focus our podcast more on the father-son aspect of things.
Could be.
On life. And we can throw in if we've gone somewhere and done some things. Because the last concert you and I went to see
Tracy Lawrence.
Was Tracy Lawrence, and that was last Friday.
Yeah.
And then I had one this past Friday.
And your mom had a good time.
She was there?
Huh?
She was there?
Yeah, at Tracy Lawrence.
Oh, my God, Mom went to a concert. Hey, everybody, my mom went to a concert.
She had 3 drinks.
I know. And she doesn't drink when she sits down and she's like, what was that drink I got the last time? So I mistakenly thought she had a whiskey sour. Right. So I ordered her a whiskey sour, and she goes, ooh, a little too strong. But she's a trooper. She powered through. So then I think maybe you got an amaretto sour, because that's what Tina, my sister, likes to drink. She's like, okay. So we order her an amaretto sour, and she's like, ooh, that's too sweet. And knowing my mom and the words too sweet in the sentence don't happen very often.
No, it's not.
No, it doesn't happen at all. So I was like, that must really be sweet if my mom is saying that's sweet. So we went back to the whiskey sour again.
And she was okay.
And she was okay.
She had.
Well, anybody after 3 whiskeys, you're going to be okay.
But I think those ladies, the bartenders, and I think they kind of liked us, with Mama and Brenda there.
They like you because they want you to tip.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the cynic in me.
But anyway, I think they fixed your drink up pretty good.
I think so, too. They were definitely a little heavy on the pour.
So, but she had a good time. It's fun to see her finally relaxing just a little bit and enjoying herself.
And Tracy Lawrence, he happened to put on a good show, didn't he?
What was the name of the group?
I told you, Braxton Keith.
I like that group. Hopefully we'll hear something from him somewhere down the road. They were good.
I told you maybe it was a month before that, Brenda and I had gone back to Flores to see the Juan Lobo Tequila Fest, featuring John Wolfe, which I had to put 2 and 2 together. John Wolfe, Juan Lobo.
They're the same.
It's the same. But the tequila is called Juan Lobo. So he had, it was he, Ned Ledoux. I cannot remember the third guy, but the fourth guy was Braxton Keith, and he opened it up. And I was just totally blown away by how good he was and how much polish he has. And he is such a young man.
Yes. It had a little bit of
George
Strait. But, he kept it lively.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was really active into the songs, has a good voice.
Very good band.
And it was just a good group. I really enjoyed them about as much as I did Tracy Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think he's going to be a star. I really do. I think he's got the chops.
He'll get that one little break.
Yep.
Because once he does, if he get just a little national attention, he'll go someplace.
I think so too.
Yeah, he was good.
But seeing Ned Ledoux, the son of Chris Ledoux, oh my gosh, he's got something going on too. And
it's good to see the father and son.
Well, the father's been dead for a while, Dad.
I know, but
That you're thinking of that video I sent you where they're both singing the same song and they cut back and forth between the two.
Hank and Hank Jr.
Yes.
Some of those guys. But it's nice to see that a father was famous, and you see the son kind of following and getting a little spotlight too. Mm-hmm. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it is. So good stuff going on out there. So we want to hear from you. If you think we should maybe change the format a little bit and talk more about the relationship, the dynamic between the father and the son, growing up, growing old, doing things together.
Who's growing old?
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Yeah, I did. I saw a 20-year-old.
No, that was in your mind. Because I look in the mirror and I like, who the hell is this old guy?
I look at those pictures and oh, man, who is that?
Speaking of which, I saw a picture of you taken probably 22, 23 years ago. And I'm looking at you and I'm like, okay, your hair was definitely darker. You were definitely a little thinner. But I'm like, you know what? You were in that picture about the same age that I am right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, where does all this go? How does it happen?
It's just like I was showing you these pictures of your mom and your grandfather. Look at that picture of your mom. See?
Oh, there's the camera.
Yeah. And her dad.
And her brothers and sisters, yeah.
Yep. And then that's her grandmother and grandfather and their grandkids. Yeah. But time goes by fast. That's
Who
why
are you
I always
kidding?
tell all my friends, enjoy the memories while you can.
I had no idea. When I was in the Army, I couldn't get to 20. It could not come fast enough. Boy, let me tell you what, it's been 10 years since I retired, and it went by like that.
Yeah, I went somewhere this past weekend, and we were talking about age, and somebody was joking about it. I said, yeah, you better enjoy it now, because tomorrow you'll be here. Yeah, time goes by quicker as you get older.
And you've been retired from the Air Force. You've been retired from the Air Force twice as long as you spent in the Air Force now, hasn't it? You retired in 1983.
January 1st of 83. So,
and so January.
So that's 18, that's 40 years.
This is my Army math. 93, 2003, 13. So in one January,
40 years.
It'll be 40 years since you retired. Mm-hmm. And you had done 20. So twice as long as your time in the service, you have been out of the service.
Yep.
Can you believe that?
Yep. That's like your mom and I. We've been married almost three times her age as she was when we got married. She was 20. We just had 57 a few days ago.
Yep.
Yeah. And then look at you.
I know. I'm old.
And I was bragging about you this morning. This lady at Broadway Bank, she was...
Dad, how many times have I told you? Nobody cares about your kids.
She was pretty impressed that you were at DAV.
She was just being nice because you were giving her
GS-14.
You were starting.
Yeah.
We were in the process of closing out banks in our DAV, Disabled American Veteran chapter. So we've gone from one bank to another bank. So that's what he's talking about. Yeah. So we're bringing our business somewhere else.
Broadway Bank. I'm going to tell you, that lady, the whole crew was nice, but she was very receptive, was glad to have us. She was very respectful of the DAV. Asked me if we have a contact, so I'll give her my name and number. Okay. Any veterans come in that need some support, that's what we do.
And November is Veterans Day is coming up.
We're going to be at Golden Corral, National Night Out for veterans and donations. And
it's a big charity drive and can you tell everybody about Golden Corral and the DAV, not just our chapter, but nationally?
National. Golden Corral supports DAV nationally with their fundraiser.
Okay.
Every year. Half of everything that we collect goes to national. The other half goes to our individual chapter to help veterans. Do you know what organization is the best as far as returning money back to the vets?
Would it be the DAV?
DAV. 95.1 cents out of every dollar goes back to veterans. That's the highest rate.
So you hear that, people? Support your disabled American veteran. If you're here in America, for the people that are not in America, we've had people from Brazil, Canada, England, Italy. Holy crap. If you're ever touring in America and you see a disabled American veteran fundraiser, throw 25, 30, 40, 50 cents a dollar in there.
Everything helps. And like I said, 95.1 cents out of every dollar goes back to help veterans. The other less than 5% goes for administrative costs. Better Tunnel for Towers, a great organization that helps all first responders, veterans, police, fire. They actually contribute more dollars, but not
the percentage of the dollar that goes back to the charity.
Because they have more administrative
overhead.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get this thing to boot up. So we're at 280 all-time downloads. Let me see.
We had 250 last time, right?
250, 260. I mean, in all fairness, we have not in like 2 months done an episode,
exactly.
But we have tried. This technology. We were sitting right here maybe 3 weeks ago, and the link just crapped out after 5 minutes.
And it just
no, not even 10. It was more like 5 or 8. All right, so since we have started, 221 downloads from America, 17 from the United Kingdom.
That's pretty neat. 4 from Canada?
From the UK. So God Save the King. 4 from Canada, 2 from Belgium, 2 from Brazil, 2 from Ireland, 2 from Italy, 2 from the Netherlands, 1 from Australia, the Aussies, and then that other country we don't talk about.
Yep.
No, we don't talk about that.
Yep.
So
we need to get another Belgium in there. That'll make your mom happy.
But you know what? I'm quite impressed. We've had North America, South America, a good smattering of Europe. So that's 3 continents, Dad.
Yeah.
North America, South America, and Australia. Wait, no, 4. 4. See? Europe, North America, South America, and Australia.
4. Yep,
so we need
that's pretty
2 more continents.
Yeah.
Is there 5 continents?
5.
So, no,
Antarctica.
There's 7.
Antarctica.
That's 5. Africa. 6. Asia. So there are 7 continents. Ha ha! So
history class coming back.
So yeah, we're doing pretty good, people. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Give us some feedback. Let us know more. Especially, this is the first time I hear about us thinking about changing to.
Well, because I've been thinking about it.
That's pretty good because we got a lot to talk about. A lot of things we've done these last few years. A lot of concerts and doing some
parenting challenges.
Yeah, now you're fixing to go through it. You got your daughter at college, then
still going through it. Yeah,
some granddaughters that get that pretty close.
And I can always tell when my wife is getting ready to tell me something about Mackenzie and something that they've been talking about at school or home or life or apartment living or whatever. If it's not very favorable, she'd be like, "Do you know what your daughter said?" Or can you believe what your daughter did? And I'm like,
no, tell me.
It's like, so obviously she did something which would be very reminiscent of some of the things that I may have done in my past life. Most likely. So let's just say she's enjoying the college experience.
That's what it's supposed to be.
But she's also making good grades.
Yes, she is. She's what, 3 what?
She's probably close to a 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're very blessed that our DAV chapter just presented her with 2 $500 scholarships.
One for each semester.
One for each semester. Then we had one to our adjutant, Raphael. Same. We gave
the three $1,000 scholarships.
One of our other member, one of our past commanders.
His granddaughter. It
was really nice that Raphael's granddaughter came to the chapter and personally thanked for the help and a little bit about her and what her career plans are. It's nice to see young adults. And that's what DAV does. Not only are we helping veterans, we're also trying to help veterans
and their families.
So it's a great organization. So if you need some help, reach out to a DAV member.
They will do what they can.
Absolutely. They'll go out of the way to help you. So tell me about your last, you saw Judas Priest?
No, that was a couple months ago, Dad.
Okay.
I know you're old.
Then you had,
oh my God, Dad. So
was that one where you were doing all that hand stuff? I saw that. Yeah.
the metal horns, that was from Judas Priest. Now, a buddy of mine that I met in line at a concert, it was a meet and greet a couple of years ago. That's how I met my friend Baldo. And, that's what people in heavy metal do.
So that's not hook 'em horns.
No, it's not hook 'em horns. So let me look at my calendar. So I've been to quite a few concerts.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of September, we saw Robert Earl Keen. Then the 13th of September in Austin, I saw Iron Maiden with Trivium. And then that was on a Tuesday. Then on Friday, that's when I saw the John Wolfe or Juan Lobo Honky Tonk Tequila Festival. Then the next day on Saturday, that's when I saw Rammstein.
Yeah.
All that fire.
I'll tell you, I did some research on that.
You saw some videos?
The videos you sent me. It's pretty amazing. And then how much time?
It takes 3 days to build the stage.
That is amazing. And then they came to San Antonio to do it. That was,
yeah. Only 10 cities in North America got that tour.
But that was just, I'm not really into that kind of music, but just seeing what they did and how much they put into it. And the guy who was in charge of that, he's pretty enthusiastic about it.
They have, 250 people, he said, that travel to help set up, and then another 200 to 300 people locally that they hire. Mm-hmm. So he said all together, including the security, the concessions, he said it takes about 1,000 people to put on a show.
Yeah, and two things are important about that. One, it's giving the local venue or people some temporary money for just at least a job. And I would imagine they probably pay fairly well.
I would hope so.
Yeah. So, but then to come to the city and all that revenue brings into the city.
So, do you remember me telling you when I was in a very long line to get T-shirts? Right. I was talking to two guys in front of me that had come down from Colorado Springs, Colorado. One guy flew in from Biloxi, Mississippi to see this show. So people were flying in from all over the United States. And there was a family that I met on the floor that were here from Germany.
Oh, wow.
To see the band.
That's pretty neat.
So then after that, so that was a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Then Sunday I went on a trip to D.C. for a conference. Came back. And then a week later, I saw Jody Messina. Mm-hmm. And then we went to brunch.
Yeah, was it Gather or
Gather Brewing?
Gather. Really good venue. Very
nice beer, very good breakfast.
The hospitality was just awesome. The food was great.
Yep. So what did you get?
I had
the French toast sticks?
The waffle
dips. Sticks.
Yeah, the dips. Over at Universal City. Check it out.
Right across from Randolph Air Force Base.
Air Force Base. Gather.
Just on the other.
G-A-T-H-E-R.
Yep. Right across the railroad tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So that was on Sunday. Then on Tuesday, I went and saw another German heavy metal band called Accept. They've been around since the late 70s. I had a meet and greet. I got to see them and take my picture with them.
I saw that. That's how I keep up with him. At least I go on Facebook. I can see what kind of stupid stuff he's doing.
That was on Tuesday.
Like jumping off stages and stuff.
Then on Thursday, I saw the Dead Boys.
So was he dead?
Most of the members are dead. Only the guitarist Cheetah Chrome is still alive.
That wasn't meant to be funny, but it is kind of funny.
But it is kind of funny. I think that's called irony and a pun, and I'm sure all sorts of other.
We had another concert coming up. I forgot.
Hang on, I'm not done. You were asking me about my concerts. Yeah. I'm not done. So when I was at the Dead Boys show before it had started, I was at their merchandise table, and I was going to get a T-shirt, and there was nobody there. And then one of the opening acts, Susie Moon, she had her merchandise out, and there was nobody standing there. And all of a sudden, this young woman, about yay high, she comes up, and I'm looking, and I'm like, "You wouldn't happen to be Susie Moon, would you?" And she goes, "Yes, I am." And I'm like, "I'd like to get one of your T-shirts." And then I was like, "Would you mind if I get a photo?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure, come on around." Dad, let me tell you, that woman put on a heck of a show. Man, she can rock out. It was a good old-fashioned punk rock concert because that's what the Dead Boys are. They're punk rock. So history, go look up the bar, the club, CBGB. There's a movie about it. So out of that club, punk rock really got its start from CBGB in the 70s in the Bowery. So the Talking Heads came out of there. The band Blondie came out of there. The Ramones came out of there. The Police have played there.
Where's this at? What city?
New York City, in the
okay.
in the Bronx or the Bowery. I think it's in the Bowery, but I don't know if that's in the Bronx, or Brooklyn. Anyway, so it was a very seedy place. There's a movie called CBGB. You should watch it, and it's about all of the punk bands that were in there. Well, one of those bands that had come up through there was the Dead Boys. So that was Thursday. Then the next night, Friday, that was when we went to see Tracy Lawrence.
Right.
And then this past Friday, Brenda and I went to Greenhall to see the Wallflowers.
How was that?
Jacob Dylan, oh my gosh, such a great show. He sounds exactly like the records. So you go all the way back to 1991, 92, when that first album came out, still the same. He's still around. Go check him out. So that's, and then tomorrow night I got a concert.
Where are you going tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, I am going to see Lamb of God, Kill Switch Engage, Animals as Leaders, and Fit for an Autopsy.
Okay.
Don't ask me anything else.
I'm not.
Because it's like everybody else at work. If I'm friends with them on Facebook or whatever, or if they've been working with me for a while, they'll be like, hey, who are you going to go see this week? And I'm like, why? Does it matter if I tell you? Because you're not going to know who they are. And they're like, yeah, sure, yeah. And I tell them, and they're like,
I'd like to know.
And I'm like, I don't know who they are.
Yeah, some of them will go November 12th, Charlie Crockett.
Yep. I did not know who he was. I saw a picture of him, and it said the man from something. And I look, and I'm like, man, that looks like an old country artist. I listened to his music, and he sounds like an old country artist. And I'm like, that sounds like something my dad would like. But he's not old. Yeah. But he has that old look, that old feel. He's like an old soul for that old country music.
You know, and one of the things about Greenhall and going to Floors, they typically will sell out. I mean,
they do.
Tracy Lawrence, I'm going to tell you.
It was packed.
It was packed. And, you know, and people are nice. You don't see a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it.
It ain't like going to Cowboys up on the north side of town.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
So,
you better hang on to your woman if you go there.
Yeah. But it was nice.
It was.
So it's a lot of history. Every time I go to Floors in Green, I like looking at the walls because I see something new I didn't see before or whatever. It takes you back down that memory lane when you're getting to be.
And man, in November, I've got in the first 15 days of November, I have not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, but 7 concerts in 15 days.
So now I know where you spend your money.
I'm keeping the economy afloat single-handedly, people. And not just the economy, I'm helping these artists. And speaking of artists, when you go to the show, go to their merchandise table, buy the T-shirts, buy the hats, the pins, the CDs, whatever they've got for sale, please purchase it because 100% of all of that money goes to the artist.
Yes. And that helps.
Because they're not making any money off the streaming. They're making literally pennies on the streaming.
But and they keep the memories going, don't they?
They do. So go to the show and buy a T-shirt, people. You're helping out the bands and you're keeping them alive.
Eat here, that helps the venue.
And drink a lot of beer. And maybe some amaretto sours and some whiskey sours.
Just take somebody to drive.
Or take an Uber or a Lyft.
There you go.
You know what? We should probably do that one of the shows. Take an Uber.
Yeah, then I wouldn't have to just drink 2 beers and you quit. Because you told me a long time ago, drink your beer up front. That gives you a couple of hours.
For it to get out of your system.
Then we can drive home safely.
Yep.
And that's the deal with your mom and I. That's why she had her. I almost talked her into a 4th one.
Ooh, man, I would have had to carry her back to the car.
And then she wanted to carry what was left of that one out. I said, Mom, they won't let you carry liquor outside. Why? I paid for it.
This ain't the Riverwalk.
Either drink it or you got to pour it out.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think she drank it.
She probably did.
Yeah. But she had a good time.
If she got a straw, she'll drink it.
When your mom starts softening up and start really talking, she likes to talk anyway, but when she really starts to talking and she gets a little giggly, you know she's having a good time.
Speaking of which, I wish I had known then what I know now, because I'd have been a little bartender growing up.
Yeah.
Come home from school, sitting over there.
Here, Mom, you want to try this?
Here, Mom, let me pour you a drink.
Pour you another one. That one's only halfway gone. Better top it off.
Then after I got her liquored up, then I could be like, hey, Mom, I got in trouble at school today.
But she'd always defend you. She'd give you hell, but she'd always defend you.
She'd be like, wait till your dad gets home. That usually straightened me out.
That's the way it was, right?
Yeah, that's the way it was. See, these are the kind of things we should probably be, that are probably a little funnier and more fun and probably more meaningful for people to listen to. Because I don't really listen to a lot of podcasts, so I'm just guessing what people want. But I know Brenda's been getting into them more, and I know my daughter Mackenzie is, and they follow or listen to a lot of the true crime podcasts. So those are what they would call serial podcasts. So it's like a book. They'll read you like a chapter about something that it's either in a book or it's not in a book or in a movie that they think is important, and they share the story. So maybe we can share some of our stories and then intermix, like I said, some of our antics when we go out and about.
Sounds like a winner. Give us something else to talk about, right?
And if we still don't get any viewership up, then maybe we'll just hang it up.
Yeah, and you have two of your granddaughters. One of them's in Girl Scouts.
I did not know that.
She's doing really good. Saw some pictures. Then Isabel with her soccer. Mm. And then little Hannah playing soccer.
Yep, Hannah. She's playing soccer.
That was pretty neat watching her.
So is Lydia in the Girl Scouts? Hmm? Is it Lydia?
Lydia's in Girl Scouts.
I did know that, people. I'm just being funny.
And it showed a picture of her had sewn a pillow.
Yep.
As part of her Girl Scout project. That's pretty neat. Keep them involved, and that says a lot about you as a father.
Probably says more about Kaylee and Peter as parents.
It does. But who sets the tone for them? Mom and Dad had to set the tone for their children. Who set the tone for their children?
Which would probably be her mom, because that's who pretty much raised her and Erica.
But there's also other influences.
Just being fair and honest, people.
But there's also other influences too.
True.
But anyway, really proud of them and see what they're doing and stuff like that.
So, can you look at the time?
Yeah, 28 minutes.
28 minutes. And what did Aunt Carolyn tell us?
Pretty quick. 30 minutes.
Keep it at 30 minutes or less.
That's right.
But you know what? Out of all of the states that have listened to our podcast, you know what state hasn't? Georgia. What state does Aunt Carolyn live in?
Georgia.
So how would she know about any of this if she's not downloading the podcast from Georgia?
That's what I said.
It's one of life's great mysteries, isn't it?
When she called me, she said, tell them to send me that stuff so she can download it. So we'll have at least one from Georgia.
Aunt Carolyn, if you're listening, if you have Apple phones, you go to Apple Podcasts. If you have an Android phone, you can go to Google Podcasts and just type in the Two Old Farts and look for our picture, which is a microphone with the headphones on it. Red background, the Two Old Farts out and about.
There you go.
Or you can go to Spotify. You can go to iHeartRadio. You can go to Pandora. Any place where fine podcasts are. You can even go to Podbean and look for us. So, but yeah, thank you all for downloading. Spread the word. We do want to hear back from you. You can reach us on the socials. We're on Facebook, the Two Old Farts, Twitter, the Two Old Farts. We're at the Two Old Farts. Instagram, at the Two Old Farts. But you got to put a space, or not a space, an underline in between each of the words. Like so you use the at symbol, at the underscore, that's the word, underscore, the underscore, the number 2 underscore old underscore farts for Twitter and Instagram.
All right. So that's why I need to look at. I didn't even have an Instagram account until you created it for me the other day.
And have you even looked at Instagram? Have you posted anything?
Nope.
Oh my God. See, that's another thing. People reach out to us, help these old people get hip to technology.
Hey, just draw me a picture, give me some directions. I'm okay. After I read it and you read it to me.
All right. Well,
all right.
Thank you all. I got to get back to work.
All right. Me too.
You don't work anymore?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Love you.
Love you all.